What's good? What's poppin'? Welcome back to my channel, my returning subbies. And if you're new, it's your favorite Southern Psychic, Lele in the building. And today we got another reading. So go ahead and get your drinkity drink, go get your snackity snack, and let's get it poppin'. Now, for my returning subscribers, you'll probably notice like I'm currently under the weather right now because it is springtime and like my allergies are really intense right now. And so just bear with me, okay? I'm sorry about my nose right now. I know it's always stuffy because I got that deviated septum, but anyways. I just let y'all know because I know some people be commenting like, I hope you're okay, Lele. I'm fine. It's just allergies, okay? So this message that's coming through, this is a message of justice for you, okay? So you've dealt with a lot of this injustice, and I'm also hearing father wound. So this is a message for somebody who either had a father who passed away. I'm also hearing somebody who had a father who was like emotionally unavailable, or you just didn't have a father, like it was an absent father in the home, okay? And so like all of your life, you dealt with a lot of these like toxic masculine energies with people who would push their weight around or would try to make you feel dumb, feel stupid, right? Like you had to learn how to fend for yourself, right? That's the energy it's giving. And so like you had this like gaping father wound that you've battled with, right? Where you had to, fight all of your life. And it's gotten to a point where maybe in this part of your life, you're just tired of fighting. You're tired of having to like prove yourself in situations. And like what's coming through here is that the energy of the sacred father is coming in for you. So especially if your father did pass on, especially I'm hearing like he wants you to know, like, mama didn't raise no bitch, okay? And so with this energy coming through, you are highly psychic. And I'm also hearing, like, you gain a lot of your psychic insights from your father's mother. So your father, that would be your grandmother, okay? And so you have these gifts that are currently being initiated through the fire, okay? I'm hearing the sacred fire, okay? You're feeling like you're being purged through that, okay? We have temperance coming through, and temperance is Sagittarius energy. We also have Aries energy, okay, with the Emperor, and we have the King of Wands, which is all, it's fire energy, but it's also Leo energy. And so I'm seeing this, and you see how he has like a torch, right? It feels like the sacred fire, the sacred torch has been passed down to you from this lineage, okay? And so this energy coming through, we do have the King of Swords clarified with the Four of Swords. So it's definitely giving like this energy of people who were like really left-brained, people who were like in powerful positions who would abuse their power is what I'm hearing. And that's something that you're currently healing from, okay? You've been in the process of healing from people who abuse their power against you, okay? We have the Ace of Wands clarified with strength. And so this fire has woken up inside of you. The father side of your family, the ancestors, are heavily protecting you right now is what I'm hearing, okay? And so this energy, it's like you have woken up to the truth of who you are. It's definitely giving Simba energy where you're returning to Pride Rock, okay? After a time of isolation, maybe you weren't around your family because there's a lot of, like I'm hearing the bridges that you burned lit the way is what I'm hearing, okay? And so it lit the way for your inner strength and resilience. And your father energy in your family wants you to know that you have what it takes to, it's like fulfill this prophecy is what I'm hearing. It's the return of the sacred masculine. It's the return of the sacred fire is what I'm hearing here, okay? And I know that you've been through a lot, but right now, like, I feel like you've been like fighting these battles, okay? It feels like mental ghost as well and things like that. And you might not feel like you have like, you didn't have enough discipline is what I'm hearing growing up, or it just feels like, you were a wallflower like all over the place. And now like you're finally learning how to be your own parent, right? And so we have the Magician with the Six of Pentacles coming through. And so this energy coming through, this is, look, both cards are showing kind of like the figure 8 energy, right? And we also have figure 8 here as well. And this is showing me this magician energy is coming from that father lineage power that you carry, okay? So your ancestors are coming through to say that they're giving you all the resources, they're giving you the right ideas, because currently your third chakra is activated right now is what I'm hearing here, okay? So you're getting a lot of insights. It's like you're learning how to say the right things in situations where people are either trying to be combative with you or want you to fail or lose is what I'm hearing. We also have the Worthy card coming through, clarified with empowerment and unseen allies. And so the unseen allies is giving your ancestors, okay? We do have justice, God don't like ugly. So definitely if it's a court battle or something like that, like Spirit wants you to know that you're going to win this, okay? It's almost like, the meek will inherit the earth, and the unlikely to sit there and like rise above it stronger and better than before. I'm also hearing winning arguments or winning. It just feels like there's going to be a win in your favor in a situation, okay? And so just understand that I know that it feels like a purge that you're going through, like you're feeling like you're being purged to the fire, but understand like you have like these characteristics from your father's side of the family who were warriors, okay? They were the hunters, they were the warriors, the ones who fought for the tribe is what I'm hearing here, okay? And so this is something that's being activated in you. I'm also hearing a message come through that you have had like problems with authority, and that's just because like your ancestors also had the same problems with authority is what I'm hearing here, okay? Oppressors, okay, is what I'm hearing. And so you've come to overcome the oppressors in your life, okay? And so this energy coming through, definitely Spirit saying that you have the strength and courage and willpower to get through this. And it just definitely feels like just keep holding on, because I definitely feel like you've been battling with, I'm seeing the word unseen, right? Like these are unseen battles. Maybe not a lot of people know that you're going through as well, but your ancestors are showing the way. That's what I'm hearing here. They're showing you the way, and all these toxic masculines that you have dealt with, they are NPC backdrop characters. You know, like in the Matrix movie, whenever Neo's having to fight the agents, right? You've had agents come up against you, and the thing is that they want you to be oppressed or to not think for yourself or to keep quiet, like close off your throat chakra. And like I'm hearing that your throat chakra is also being activated, where you're finally speaking up to the accuser. Okay, it's like you're battling in this battle. It's like spiritual warfare. I'm seeing angels and demons fighting, and so you have like a whole team of angels who are currently fighting on your behalf right now. Okay, all you have to do is say what you know what you need to say and do what you need to do, right? You just got to show up, and they're going to battle that battle for you in the spirit, okay? So let's go ahead and get it pop and see some more. Like this reading right here felt almost like specific for somebody. We have a never-ending story coming through. So never-ending story. It might feel, like I said, like this has been something that's been going on for a long time. Like ever since you were a child, like dealing with people who, you know, like I said, try to challenge your position. And like you're to a point in your life where nobody's going to challenge you and like push you down anymore, right? It just feels like you've just hit this pinnacle of strength that's coming through for you, okay? You're very tough. And like I know it seems like a never-ending story. And, you know, we've talked about this recently. You know, we have like 2 planets that are currently in retrograde, Venus and Mercury. And so right now, this is like kind of trying times and like being tested with old narratives, right? That's the energy coming through. Loyal heart and Treasure Island. I feel like we got this energy in another reading. We have flexible coming through here as well. What I'm seeing with this flexible card, okay, this energy with the flexible card, you see it's an egg. And the thing about an egg is like you have to sometimes be flexible to make the right conditions, right? And so sometimes you have to be flexible and like, okay, how are we gonna show up? How are we gonna do things differently, right? Because if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. And I'm hearing like you're getting out of that energy of like doing the same old, or hiding, like sticking your head in the sand, right? I'm hearing like this has been challenging because like naturally you're real introverted, and maybe you're more like on the side of like, you know, you're just at this point of exhaustion because you've been fighting so long. But they're saying like you have what it takes to push past this resistance. You're no longer in that self-destructive energy that you were in your youth. I'm hearing rebellious spirit. And so yeah, they're showing me like you just need to stay loyal and flexible to your dreams and goals. This was coming through here, okay? Stay loyal, and look, you're going to have a payout come through with the Treasure Island card, okay? So even though it might feel like it's been a never-ending story, if you just take that first step, they're showing that it's going to lead to this Treasure Island, okay? It's like the rainforest and the oasis in the desert is what it's feeling like here, okay? Ooh. Soul retrieval. Yes, exactly. You're going through a soul retrieval right now where you're regaining your power and healing your heart center space from individuals, like I said, who have abused their power. And it's like, I'm also hearing like know-it-alls. You know, this is also Aquarius energy. You could have dealt with an Aquarius for some of you guys, but it's definitely feeling like, you know, people who try to make you feel dumb or look bad in situations. And now like the shoe is on the other foot is what I'm hearing, because they were not expecting you to do your research. That's what I'm hearing. Like you had people who judged the book by its cover with you, and like looks are not as appear with you, even though you might be more quiet or you might be like a sweetheart or something. Like you're turning up the fire, period, is literally the vibe. So you're retrieving your power, you're retrieving the sacred fire is what's coming through, okay? Teacher, look, you're stepping into this position. It feels like the baton is being passed over to you. Like I said, like the sacred fire, the sacred baton, right? I'm like seeing in the Olympics when they're running or when they're lighting the torch, right? Something sacred, okay? You are sacred. Your power is sacred. I'm hearing your ancestors want you to reclaim your talents and your gifts that were passed down to you from your father's side, okay? So you're meant to be a teacher. You're meant to be a leader. You're supposed to teach people a lesson. That's what you're doing. You are teaching people a lesson of don't judge a book by its cover. Just because you look a certain way or you come from a certain background, right, doesn't mean that you're not intelligent. You're very intelligent. That's another thing I'm hearing as well. Like with your intelligence is what I'm hearing. People who like, you know, you would expect somebody who's like intelligent, maybe they went to college or maybe they like, you know, had everything handed to them, but it's like you had to learn how to be book smart and street smart is what I'm hearing, okay? And so that's what gives you the advantage, is that not only are you book smart, but you're also street smart. And so like you're able to see different ways of viewing situations other than seeing it just in a narrow facet, right? And so So that's something that gives you the upper hand. And also the fact that you research, you do your studying, your work, okay? That's what's coming through here. And so now this is the time where you step into the teacher position and you walk as karma to people who want to keep on testing the inner wolf, okay? Wolf spirit animal is coming through here for you. Celebration. Boo, we had Treasure Island. Now we have celebration coming through. So this is going to be a time of celebration. Like all of your hard work is paying off. Okay, I'm definitely hearing like I'm hearing legal battles and things like that. Like you're going to win this. You're going to be able to celebrate. I'm hearing Spirit saying go ahead and celebrate early. Act as if you've already won this. Okay, because like I said, just as God don't like ugly, and some people are getting their karma because they tested a real one. Like I said, your spirit team really fights for you. You are a fighter yourself, but you come from a long line of fighters, boo. Okay, I want to get a couple more from this deck. Tell me more about this energy, Spirit. Ooh. Boo. Yes. Looky here. We have the angels and spirit guides. Remember, we had the unseen allies. Okay. So your spirit team, your ancestors, your angels are looking out for you right now. And you have reason to celebrate. Just trust your inner wisdom. Like I said, you're book smart and you're street smart is what you are. Okay. You are a warrior. It's like you're an intelligent warrior, right? You're very strategic, very stealth. Like this is your stealth season. Okay. Where you're like, the fire is being amped up within you, right? Where you're being more stealth and more like analytical about things and actually making a game plan and not sitting there and letting life happen to you, where you take the steering wheel and get control of things, okay? So you're taking control of the situation and no longer letting other people dictate the narrative or where this is going, right? Like that's what it's given here. Bottom of the deck, we have healer. Yes, you are a divine healer, and crystal blessings also underneath there. So this card is like one of the most positive cards in the deck coming through, and rebirth underneath that. So it's definitely a time period of rebirth and change. Okay, you are currently blossoming as this blossoming energy coming through, but this card is talking about like you have the green light. Okay, it feels like you have permission. Okay, that's what it is. Retrieving your throat chakra and realizing that you have permission to speak. You have permission to be here. Okay, especially whenever you had people who made you feel like you did not belong or you didn't fit in, right? Like I said, like it's coming back to like that energy of healing that father wound that you've been going through. Okay, and it's almost like you're learning how to tap in, especially if you had a passed on father or something like that, and like to embody the gifts that he had that were not tapped in himself. Okay, I'm hearing like your father didn't really fully tap into his like divine gifts due to pride, fear, ego, and like there's something about you reclaiming that from your father's side. Okay, regardless of the history that you have with your father. Okay. Bro, you cannot make this up. We have fortune coming through. Okay, so celebration and fortune. Something's going to happen in your favor, okay? If fortune favors the bold period, that's what's coming through here. You're about to reach fortune and favor. Ecstasy and dreams. Look, this is the time for you to reclaim what was forgotten in the past is what I'm hearing here. It's your dreams, your ambition, your goals. You know, you are a firecracker is what I'm hearing. You are a fire starter, okay? And it's time for you to really amp up the fire within yourself, especially with the ecstasy energy. You've been in this energy of being like real serious with things and dramas and things outside of you is what's coming through here, okay? And so this message coming through, it might have felt like a never-ending story where nothing was going to pay out, but boo, God, your ancestors, your father, it could be as well, like I said, people who are on the other side who have been looking out for you, they're saying like, look, you need to learn how to enjoy this process of becoming this baddie that you've become, okay? Because you have arrived. And so it's definitely a time period of like, awaken to your powers, awaken to your dreams, okay? And it's like, you only have this one life is what I'm hearing from an ancestor or a passed on father figure. You have this one life and don't waste it, okay? Don't waste it on the count of others, okay? Other people who wanted you to sit there and play small and placate to their BS, okay? Speak the truth. Be the truth is what I'm hearing. The truth of you is that you are fire, boo. The Queen in Escape. Yes. At bottom of the deck, we do have reconciliation. Okay, reconciliation in the Night Woman. Okay, so you are a healer and you're reconciling with the gifts from your ancestors is what's coming through here. Okay, the gifts that were forgotten, the ancient times is what I'm hearing. We have the Queen coming through. So this is definitely about you reclaiming your sovereignty and you being a benevolent leader and walking into places where you would be ridiculed originally, right? Where people would try to typecast you, and walking with the courage and strength and intelligence that was actually passed down to you, right? Like, I don't know why I'm seeing like a Native American, I don't know why it's like coming in like this, but like a Native American who's walking into like like a court full of like really entitled rich people or something like that. Like you have like this divine wisdom is what's coming through here, okay? And so instead of like running away, I'm hearing escapism. Like that was like your original default to, like I said, put your head in the sand, and like you're getting your head out of the sand and you're finally having the courage to say the truth and be the truth, okay? As this queen, period, okay? So I'm hearing you have permission now. Give yourself permission because you have the green light is literally the message coming through here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get you some final advice. Spirit, what final advice do you have for my spiritual baddies who are reclaiming their throne, period? Bro, yes, yes, yes. Hope is the conduit for miracles. Miracles are on the way for you. I know you've been through this battle with other people. It's been a physical battle, financial battle, spiritual battle, but like, boo, miracles are on the horizon for you. We have happiness is my birthright. You have the right for your happiness. You have the right to be here. It just feels like your birthright all around is what's coming through here, okay? And so happiness is your birthright. You are a fighter. You are a warrior. We also have, instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good of all, okay? And definitely back to that just as God don't like ugly. Like, honestly, whenever it comes to the highest good of all, like, that's all you have to pray for, okay? It's like giving it to the Lord, giving it to God or your ancestors is what it's given, okay? And just know that happiness is your birthright, especially with that ecstasy energy, okay? A lot of yellow energy. Working with the color yellow is also what I'm hearing here, okay? So yellow is going to be very therapeutic and healing your sacral is what I'm hearing here, okay? So that's the reading I have for you, darling. I send you so much love and good luck. You got this, okay? Until next time, I send you so much love. You have a blessed, wonderful day. Ta-ta.